right now. Hi, guys. Welcome to Mystic Sisters, Saturday, September 6, 2025, Eve of the Pisces lunar eclipse, full moon, Uranus retrograde moment. Oh my gosh. How are you, Vicky?
Well, when we first got on in the pre-show, you saw my hair, right? It looks like I stuck it in a. It looks like I got caught in a windstorm.
I,
That's
I did. I did note hurricane, like if somebody had a question about that at that point, but yet, we can't expect that these crazy times are going to be always presentable. This is a major thing happening. Right.
Yes, we
Yeah.
are. We're really, really and truly in the middle of it. Really and truly in the middle of it. I think as close to the edge as we've come so far. I think.
Yeah. I want to say hi to everybody because I know that we have a birthday and we are going to pull a card for you.
Ooh.
I saw it in the beginning there for sure. And let me see here. Love your show. You guys are so awesome. And we will definitely. It's Teresa.
Teresa or Lisa?
Teresa or Lisa.
Was
Whose
it?
birthday?
Oh, whose birthday was it?
Lisa, it's your birthday, and we will pull a card for you. But Vicky, let's do a Mystic Sisters card because we need some direction.
Okay, well, just to point out what we got last week that I had on my altar all week with the big lightning bolt behind it was awakening. This is what we got last week.
Boy, this
So
is
we can evaluate what we woke up to um, and how we have to extricate ourselves and get ourselves moving because we've been dreaming a long time. I know I've been dreaming for a long time. Didn't exactly look like this, but you know, and every morning I seem to get up and feel like I'm pulling myself out of roots, honestly. Like
yeah,
it's been a lot of stiff mornings.
yeah. It's got like really cold in the last 48 hours. It's gotten like 40 overnight.
Oh wow.
And really cool down here. And it was really windy yesterday too. So it just like turned into fall and it's unmistakable. It smells like fall.
Yeah. It's been smelling like fall here since probably 2 weeks at least.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I went
it's
to the
been cool.
cemetery. Mm-hmm.
Last night it was hot as hell and it was muggy. This morning it was like really muggy and hot. And then
Really?
yeah, but then it was windy. It's crazy. I guess you said there's a big storm in Massachusetts. You thought I was getting flooded out. We haven't
There
seen.
was, yes. I saw that on the news that there was a lot of rain in Massachusetts. So if anybody has been near or about that, it's just extreme flooding kind of thing. Rapid rain over a short period of time, cars underwater. I'm like, what am I looking at here? I didn't. Tornado near Worcester, Maine. Steph says, yeah.
Worcester,
Yes.
Massachusetts.
Yes.
You got to say it right, unless otherwise they
I'll
don't.
never.
I know you're not from here. So
No.
I got. You're gonna love this.
Yes. Yes.
Urania. In honor of Uranus going retrograde in Gemini. Okay. It says philosophy, knowledge, and intelligence. Urania is an ancient the Greek muse of astronomy. Her energy is directed towards endless expansion of the mind. She represents the enthusiastic and dedicated student with an unquenchable thirst for knowledge. When we take the opportunity to expand our knowledge of any particular subject, an interconnectedness of all truths can be recognized. When drawn, Urania encourages you to travel in your mind, imagine other possibilities, and playfully philosophize about alternative reality maps. She encourages further education or using the knowledge you've already obtained to its fullest potential.
Okay, I'm trying.
We were kind of talking about that before we got on, how I guess the Mr. Prez, who has nothing better to do, decided to rename the Department of Defense
Hmm.
to the Department of War. And you said he's changed all the signs already?
Right. So that just that act of saying I'm changing the Department of Defense to the Department of War is very aggressive and a stressed psyche already, right?
Yeah.
Just the word, you don't want to hear it. And the like letterheads, the website, and like signs on the doors are changed to the Department of War, even though we know Congress has to vote on it. It's still in front of you. It's still out there. They're still talking about it.
Well, he has a way of wanting to impress his reality on us. And I think Urani is a pretty good card to get, because
He is an
I
ass.
don't, I personally am not refuse to agree with his perspective, and the perspective of, you know, I don't know what most people are fearful of.
I know. But when you're here and you know how people are so easily influenced by stuff, by social media, before they fact check it, before they realize that, only 3% of the people on TikTok are actually qualified to make the statements they're making, it's already gotten a charge, right? So he declared war on Chicago, and now we've got people that are pop up protesting. I was downtown yesterday. There was nothing going on.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing is with the internet and now with AI, they can create something that looks real that's not really real.
Yeah.
Unless you're there and you're, live, and you're doing something live, how would you know, right? How would you know?
So we have to take it all with a grain of salt. And I think people just know that we don't really want to be messed with. Alexandra wants to know why omelets, the cosmic, because there's so many ingredients in this week's content with everything that's been going on, and the full moon like pretty much clobbering over everybody.
So I want to pick. I'm going to pick an animal oracle for who. I'm sorry, I can't. I have no memory anymore. Who will we be picking for?
Lisa.
Lisa. Lisa,
Yeah.
this is for you, Lisa. Happy 70th birthday. 70 is power. That's a power. That's a wisdom number. And I know when my parents turned 70, when they were in their 70s, they were never home. I used to call them up, and they'd be like, "Oh, we're going to the show," because I lived right outside of New York City, so they would go to all the Broadway shows, and I never got to go to any of those things because I was like a self-employed chiropractor who like pretty much just worked all the time and had no money to go to Broadway. All right, let's see what we got here, darling. Okay. Ooh, cat spirit.
Oh.
Ooh, I like that. We can pretend it's our birthday today too if you want. But
It might be.
a birthday for you and a birthday for you. We'll do like an Oprah thing, right? All right. So let me read it. Where did it go? Okay. And I'll hold I'll hold it up as soon as I find it in the little book. Well, I know cats are independent. Claim your independence. Dun 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 dun.
Right.
It says, when cat spirit meows, meow, she is calling you to claim your independence and allow for some space between you and others in your life. The only way you can grow in your relationships now is to have a healthy sense of self-respect and self-worth. When you walk with dignity, knowing who you are, self-aware and willing to grow, trusting the value you bring, the world will mirror all that back to you. Okay, hold on. When you say no to codependency and enmeshment, live and let live, and practice taking risks as you wander into new territory for you, Cat Spirit rejoices. She is here to urge you to let your independent spirit roam free, girl. Meow. Okay.
I got reflections. Reflection. So she's looking in the mirror. And it says, when this card appears, it's time to reflect on the many selves that we are and that we share with the animal world. The magical lethargy, the spell that binds us in separation from other creatures and from ourselves, needs to be broken and relationships mended. I'm feeling like you're thinking about an animal you lost, and you're kind of closing it now. Pay attention to your dreams. This is often where animals make their presence known. Soften your everyday consciousness and look into a bowl of water or a puddle or even your bathroom mirror and see what appears there. And don't get fooled by the illusion of faux mirroring that social media provides.
Yeah.
That waylays another kind of madness. So that pulled in what I was talking about with the social media thing. But I also think there's been an animal visiting you. If Lisa, if you're still there and you want to talk about that,
Pipe in, pipe out, pipe up.
pipe in and let us know for sure. We have not gotten any National Guard here yet. But they're threatening a lot of that. And they're trying to create a scene so that they need them here. But so far, so calm. Except for the dog, I'm going to grab him right now.
So thank you, Rosemary. Yeah, no, we haven't had any weather here yet, but I've been busily working on my 2026 astrology. So I'm actually a year ahead right now. So if I sound confused, it's because I haven't made myself come back into 2025. Not that 2025 right now is any great shakes. So a little bit in the future may not be well, it's going to be an interesting year. Let's put it that way. That's what I'm going to say about 2026.
Now, how Uranus went retrograde, it's in Gemini. How long is it going to be retrograde for?
Oh,
is it February?
That's a good question. Hold on, let me look.
It was. Yes. You know what? We're right. Thank you, ladies. That would be my cat Pickles.
Pickles. I have a story about Pickles. Now,
Pickles says hi.
So I had a dream about a tabby, like the black and gray tabby. They're like sort of striped, right?
Yeah.
With big green eyes, and he was at my feet, and he sort of came up on me, and I said, "Oh," I said to my husband the next day, I said, I dreamt of our next cat, and his name is going to be Pickles because he had green eyes like pickles. And I found out from my brother-in-law that right before my sister got sick, my sister passed away in 2019 of cancer. And right before she got sick, they had a red cat, an orange cat, and they got this new cat, and it was a tabby, and its name was Pickles.
Oh my God.
And so Pickles is still with my brother-in-law, still lives with my brother-in-law, but I dreamt of my sister's cat, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. That's her cat. Yep. Their cat says hi. Oh, that's really sweet. That's so sweet.
Pickles for everyone. I love
it. I
I'm
love
hoping
when they know it's your birthday, you know, like they show up in these little signs and stuff.
Yeah. A lot of times I notice they come on their birthday too. Like it
Yeah.
was my dad's birthday and I felt him like right with me because that's when I miss him the most, really.
Yeah.
It's like on those and Christmas. I'm just like beside myself at Christmas time.
A
All
lot of
right.
people are. It's a sad time.
Yeah, to lose my yeah. So, to answer your question about Uranus, it actually goes retrograde, goes back into Taurus
Yeah.
on November 9th,
Okay.
and goes as far back as 28 degrees of Taurus before it goes turns direct on February, looks like February 3rd,
Okay.
Or February 4th. February 3rd or February 4th, it goes direct. And then it actually exits Taurus by the 27th of April. So we have Pluto and Taurus for quite a while.
Yeah.
Once it comes
Uranus.
back into Taurus, we're not done with that.
Yes.
Did I
Yeah.
say Pluto? I meant Uranus and Taurus. Yeah. I think that's when we'll see the big shifts in the money stuff because that's definitely up for.
This round of Uranus and Gemini was kind of tough as we're talking about like AI and stuff like that and things that we can't recognize. I think we're going to get, it's a good time to remember those things, the things that are real, Taurus, tangible, earthy kind of things before it snaps back into Gemini and things get all wonky again.
Well, we're going to be in a totally different space come 2026 anyway.
Oops.
Well, be careful what you wish for, right? We don't really know. I think we're going to have to be, again, I mean, uh, I think it's vibrational. And so we have to
Yeah.
decide where we want to vibrate on the spectrum. And I think that's what will attract into our lives, those situations.
Yeah.
That's what I'm counting on anyway. So that's my plan.
The family just wants to instigate people. Sandra's saying, trying to instigate people. He's so trained. Oh my God, please, universe, give the felon a dirt nap. Hey, guess what? I got today. When I went to Graceland Cemetery, part of my little pack, if I'm got to go out and protest, I got some graveyard dirt from the Oscar Mayer hot dog family. You want to come to Chicago for hot dogs? I got you. I got you. It's going up on my altar.
Along with your glitter bombs and
Glitter. Reese's peanut butter cups, individually wrapped.
it's all good. So we have
That's what
Texas
I'm
tonight.
doing.
We have New Jersey tonight. We have LA tonight. We're in Cali. Goodness gracious.
If anybody has any WTF questions,
Well, I
great.
see one here. WTF. 45 is meddling in Venezuelan politics. He is criticizing their elections. Hypocrisy is making me crazy.
They haven't paid their bill.
Well, Venezuela has one of
They
the
haven't paid it.
largest deposits of oil
Mhm.
in the world. So that's probably why they're picking on Venezuela.
Aren't we profiting from sending people there? And don't they have to
No,
pay us?
no, no, no. I don't think Venezuela. We're sending people back to Venezuela who were from Venezuela, but they don't have like the black sites there, as far as I know. For us, they probably have their own, but they don't have ours. No, that's I think the places where we have black sites are El Salvador and maybe Libya and a couple of the African countries they want to send people to. I don't
People
know.
want to know extreme brands. WTF, the smell of DJ. Is it C. diff? Probably not, because he'd be super sick right now, not standing up. And what are the lumps under Dumpy's shirt? I think he's got a bulletproof vest on for one.
Oh yeah, likely.
And
Yeah,
for two.
like,
Yeah.
and there'd have to be a big one to get over his taco tits, right?
Yeah. Yeah. There's some kind of, and I do 100% think there's some kind of monitoring device, either his blood sugar, his blood pressure, maybe like some kind of pump sort of thing, like a life vest, is like a wearable defibrillator.
Jesus.
And it looks like it's a vest.
Yeah.
And it's got a battery pack. And if your heart is that weak, it will sense it and it will zap it. Portable, interim, while people are waiting for transplants. So I don't know. His right arm is very compromised.
We have a hello from Florida, the blue bits. There's a lot of blue in Florida. I think they're just like there's a lot of blue in Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. There's a lot of blue. They just suppress the vote so well that you wouldn't know it.
Yeah. Well, and that's because that's what we see, right? That's what were being fed, that. So we take this idea of the whole city of Chicago is a killing field, and it's not, or all of Texas is bad. And we know it's not. We know there's a lot more that is being hidden from us that is supportive.
We have greetings from Nebraska and, of course, Minneapolis. She says the weather is very volatile there. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of tears in Minneapolis. One of my teachers says that the weather reflects our feelings and our emotions. I believe that.
I'd be okay if it rained tonight, even though there's a full moon, just because of the whole, it does keep people away a bit. Emma says he wouldn't survive a transplant. I don't think he would. He would, but he would be a big mess for a long time. And, when we're talking about the president, there really is no criteria. They're going to do it.
They're going to try to keep him alive no matter what.
They're going to try and keep him alive. So it could be, I've seen this, and I've had patients who had like a lot of money. They got livers.
Yeah.
They got livers. And they drank them, and they drank again, and they ruined their new liver too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. With money, you can get almost anything. If you're poor, you can barely get anything. Everything or anything. America.
So they would definitely try. That's for sure. Let me grab some pickle for this time.
Oh, there was a tornado near Worcester. Yeah, Worcester gets tornadoes. Usually when you hear of a tornado in Massachusetts, it's around Worcester. It's where Worcester's like in the foothills of the Berkshires. It also tends to get a lot of snow. A lot of it, it's a lot of weather. A lot of weather there.
What part of the state is it? What?
Worcester's like the central. It's like right before the Berkshires. So it's, Massachusetts has the bottom, and then it's sort of like a C.
Yes.
And then it's got the long piece. Well, it's like right in the middle there.
The perfect storm sailed out of Worcester, right?
No, that was out of Gloucester. Those are fishermen. The perfect storm, right? Gloucester. But that was a nor'easter. That was a perfect storm. That was a nor'easter. I remember that storm because that happened, I think, 91 or something like that. I remember that storm. We've had some doozies here. Like the time we got 4 feet of snow all at once. That was fun. We were in the house a couple of weeks, or maybe just that year. The year that we bought the house, that winter, like one of our first snowstorms was like that.
Yeah, we haven't had a big bad snow in a long time, but I'm good with that. Herd 45 is not going to G20 and is sending vans. Too sick to fly. Yeah. we'll answer that question. Is this
Yeah.
a WTF?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, we're putting our best foot forward with Vance, that guy. Everybody loves him. He's so lovable.
Who has ever said, ever, we know what your role is if something catastrophic happens to the president, right? We already know this. Who says it out loud? Well, if something catastrophic should happen, I am ready to step in. Yeah, that's kind of like on the job description, ass hat. Is he too sick to? Yes, ma'am, he is too sick. I pulled one card. He's too sick to go. He's all bloated. Look at him.
Ooh, he's pregnant.
He's just really retaining a lot of fluid. Yum, yum. Mm-hmm. Oh, ooh, Destroyer, Shiva?
The death card in this. Yep.
Yeah, no, he's too sick to go. And whatever excuse you hear is just an excuse. It's not a reason. Is somebody waiting for a transplant in the thing, like a kidney? I heard it looks like somebody, Emma, my son needs a kidney and he's on 2 lists. That's not uncommon. That's not uncommon, but I don't think that is like the people that had the best insurance had the best chances.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
The one thing about needing a kidney is there's extra. Like people have extra kidneys.
Yeah. And you could survive without them. This would be like dialysis, hemodialysis would be, even if your kidneys aren't functioning. Cindy wants to know, is the Florida vaccine change? Let's show this. And hi, Cindy. Is the Florida vaccine change a way to hurt Disney? Like to deliberately hurt them? Disney can have their own criteria for vaccine, just like the hospitals I worked at. They had their own criteria based on whether you were with patients, not with patients, what they want you immune to. I'm sure Disney has the same, they want to see immune records or something.
Well, that's for the people who work there, but not the people who visit.
Oh, people who visit, they're, you know what? Is it going to hurt them? No, I think there's a different thing. Something else is coming up. I got 3 of Cups. So people still go in there to celebrate. And the Ace of Wands, maybe not as many, but they're going to have like newer things will come up. That's such a.
My first thought was when the question was asked, and I'll just give you my psychic impression, is they're trying to get rid of all the old people.
Do you think it's some kind of like a soft walk genocide thing?
Yeah. I think that's part of what's going on. I think that's what's going on. And
but this is for schools, like the school for kids to get to go to school, you had to provide a vaccination.
Right. Yeah, you don't need to do that.
Now you
don't need to be vaccinated to get into school.
Right.
So there's more disease, and then they go visit their grandparents. There's a lot of old people and I am almost an old people, so
I gotta say though, they also come home and they have infant siblings. If they're in school, they might have a sibling that's too young to get a vaccine.
I heard that they were gonna stop doing the rubella vaccine, which is really bad because rubella causes birth defects in pregnant women. Now I don't know if that's true, but I'm pretty sure I know measles. Measles is different than the German measles, but
getting rubella causes birth defects, or getting the rubella booster.
But well, if you're pregnant and you get the shot, you can have birth defects too. Do you know what I'm saying? If you
Right.
can't be pregnant to have the shot.
Yeah.
At least that's the way it used to be. I don't know if they changed it so it doesn't go, past the placenta or what. But
I didn't know that he was scheduled to do this, but has anyone heard if he has canceled his trip to see King Charles? When was that going to happen? Because, he loves to pretend he's royalty. And if he cancels it, he's very sick. Oh, okay. This is,
if he cancels it. Well, let's see if he's going to go see Charles.
okay.
Let's see if he's going to go see Charles.
These cards really weren't popping up today. Yeah, RFK needs to go. He will. This is causing too much of a mess with just the community that has the clinical data. I watched part of that grilling that they did, and he just lies like over himself, and nobody was calling him on it.
Who,
RFK.
Oh, they were calling him. Practically, I thought my senator was going to rip his throat out.
But he was lying in repeating himself. When he answered the question again, he lied, and nobody said, "Hey, you just said something different less than 2 minutes ago. Is it this or is it that?" They were like pounding things that he had said in the past. He was lying in present time. He was not making sense. I can't stand that man.
So this is him going to England. The first one is the Seven of Swords. Then the Three of Wands. So he's looking across the ocean, right? We got a Six of Cups, which is nostalgia. So he's thinking about his past visits. And then I got the Hermit and the Death card. So I would say somebody is going to die. It could be Charles. He's pretty sick too. But I don't think he's going for some reason.
I got the Ace of Wands, which is that, there's a invitation or letter or something like that, and then Four of Swords was the second card. I don't know if he's sick, who's sick, but somebody is horizontal. Somebody's horizontal. Eight of Wands, the messaging, and Eight of Wands is a lot of messages. It's when they kind of overwhelm you with stuff. Sick. Look how sick. This is the Nine of Swords.
Yeah.
That's
mental illness. The Nine of Swords.
Sick in a robe. Yeah. And we know that he's not cohesive at all. And people still talk about him like he actually makes plans. He actually can form new ideas and memories and thoughts. He can't. He's all backwards. And that's what makes me mad about, inciting this kind of anxiety in the city. We don't need that.
Well, I was reading a really good article on soft secession, which is what the blue states have been doing. They've been preparing for this. I think they've been preparing for this even when Biden was in office, just in case.
I'm glad. I'm sure that they have all kinds of disaster plans for sentinel events or for terror attacks and stuff like that. But we don't know why they're going to be here.
There's no reason.
Right. There's no reason. We don't know what to set up, what to block off, what to board up. Like, we don't know what plan in the book we're supposed to use here, because they're not telling us anything. They're locking their doors like, bye, went for the weekend, and we don't know when they're going to show up.
Well, maybe they're not. I know ICE is there.
Yeah.
So ICE is there, right? But
yeah. The Great Lakes Naval Base did have protests, and there will be, and they're supposed to be staying in that area, hotels and stuff. That's that whole North Shore, Highland Park, Kenilworth, up there kind of area. Very, wealthy area. I'm just interested to see what happens.
Oh, hi, Mary Beth from LA.
I am going to grab this dog again. Purple
Yeah.
says he's very confused. DC had a big protest today. Yeah, it's starting. We'll see what happens. I'm not in a wealthy area either, Equus. I don't live where it's, I mean, some places there's some things, but not like that. Not even close. Mary Beth said, I thought he was deciding not to go to Chicago and is thinking about Louisiana. He said this afternoon, Chicago's going to know what the Department of War is really about. So threatening, gesturing that way.
So Emma says he posted just a bit ago threatening to go to war with the city of Chicago. He says everyone in Chicago will find out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pull some cards on what he intends to do with Chicago.
Okay. That's what, that's what the problem is. He is, he isn't. He is, he isn't. We can't even give the police a day off because we don't know. Can't get answers or anything. And I haven't pulled cards. Just was looking at the Chicago chart.
Oh, that would be interesting.
What was your question? It was what's going to happen, or
what was it? What's he going like? What's he going to do in Chicago? I think that's what I said.
Okay.
I think that was somebody can correct me. I never remember what I say. That's probably a bad sign.
Yeah. I have the Eight of Swords. So this is the mental. This is where he wants you locked up in your head. Okay. Mm-hmm. This is the fear, the psyop. We're coming. We're not coming. We don't know. Maybe yes. That is the crazy they're creating. Eight of Swords, the Chariot, whatever it is going to happen quickly. It's a willful delivery. Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. We don't know where. There's not really a timeline. There are maybe a bunch of choices. And then the Knave or Page of Cups. So some kind of offering. There'll be some kind of truce sort of thing. I don't see violence. I just see a lot more psychological damage.
All right. I'll tell you what I got. I start with the Ace of Cups. Okay. The Ace of Cups can be a lot of feelings, so he's riling up the emotions.
We're feeling it. Yeah.
To keep us away from the state of the economy. Okay.
Locked out the house.
This is a way for him to distract us from the jobs report that just came out. And then I get the Five of Wands, which is a melee.
Yeah, so a little bit, yeah.
There's going to be some of that. Or certainly he's trying to instigate that. If not, there is. Then we have the Nine of Swords, which is nightmares. But then we have the Queen of Swords. Okay. And I feel like she puts a stop to something. Now, I don't know who the Queen of Swords is who could put a stop to something. Maybe it's a judge. Maybe it's something like that. But I feel like the judiciary somehow puts a stop to things.
Good.
I don't know what that means, but that's what
I'm going.
I don't think there might be a few little scuffles. They're probably with ICE as they collect people.
Protesters, they have the sticks, the wands. Yeah.
I did just see something about. He just went to like a Hyundai. I forget where it was. maybe it was Michigan, but I'm not sure. But he went to like a Hyundai deal, like not a dealership, a
Oh
company that
yes,
makes
Georgia,
cars. Was it
Atlanta.
Georgia? And it was like an ice raid for the people that work in the Hyundai factory.
Yeah, they had to shut down the factory.
How is this helping the economy
American
by
cars.
pulling this shit? I don't know. Like, what the f are you guys? I mean, oh,
They're really putting the hammer down on those quotas. I don't know. The ICE are just salespeople. They're just salespeople.
there was a they killed some people in a boat in Venezuela. We attacked a boat because they were drug
I
smugglers.
saw that and I don't believe it because it's just neatly spliced into the Epstein implosion. So I thought, I'm not taking that bait.
Yeah.
Bitch. There's no way. Because it was the girls that just sort of publicly, and it just got like squeezed in there. Oh, look, we blew up drug boats. Yeah, no, try again. You could do better than that.
Do you want to pull some cards on this exposure of the Epstein files? Of course, their plan is to take all the Republicans off the list and just mention who the Democrats are.
That's already been exposed.
I know.
What do you want to know? Do you want to know if we're going to have some definitive?
I want to know if this, like they said, like the vote was to open the right to continue to question, but it's being run by Comer, who's like a freaking idiot. So I mean, he could, they do this all the time. They just sort of drag it along and nothing gets done, and then they talk nonsense, and then they read The Cat in the Hat, and then like, how is it that these guys get back in? How, like, are people really that not paying attention?
I can't relate to that quality of reality when I've trained my brain to try and be objective and always learning to try to not judge. And, in my nursing career, you just take care of everybody sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't relate to that form of reality where people who are just unqualified should not be in the positions they're in very important, powerful positions, running the way we need to live our lives, right? I don't know. What are we,
I forgot.
I forgot to.
I gotta write shit down. That's it. I got my pen ready. If anybody remembers what I said, you can bring it up again. Holy shit, what is wrong with
Were
me?
we looking at RFK or was it?
Wasn't RFK. I was thinking about him though.
I got to do a thing on him. He's just so gross. He's so gross. He's so, I don't know. He's very, very supported by all the supplements he takes. He's like a vitamin. He smells like when you open a jar of vitamins.
I did a chakra reading on him. I'm trying to remember. I did a chakra reading on Trump too, and I was going to put it up, but the quality was so poor because I've been having issues with my internet,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think there was enough, whatever that is, wavelength. I know there's a different word.
You know what? Let me try it. Let me just ask this thing because Mama Sees All says Trump has a mean chicopolyps now.
Chicago, is that like
That's what she says. I'm wondering if if he's just trying to scare us. Like if he's really planning, and is he planning an insurrection? Just one card.
I don't know. Would that be an insurrection?
The only reason why he would say something like that, that's the same language that he used like January 6th stuff. Like, go in there now. It's Chicago or whatever. Yeah, I think he's trying to spin. This is the King of Cups.
I got the Knight of Cups.
Yeah, he's really trying to hit an emotional chord.
And that was the Ace of Cups that came up, right? First card in my reading. Yeah, he's can we ask if the National Guard is going to end up in Chicago within the next 2 weeks?
Okay. This has to be my forever Chicago deck from now on. Specifically the National Guard, because I know we have...
You have ICE there, so.
ICE, and then we have ATF and FBI. Helping ICE.
That's not the FBI's job, by the way.
It's the FBI's to protect ICE.
So you know that the FBI people who work for the FBI are like, what the F is going on here?
Yeah, right.
I can't imagine they're going to be as good as they normally are with that.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
It looks like he's going to get more of a... So here is his scaredy cat. Here. There he is again.
Yep.
Sick at the door. There's going to be some kind of lawsuit. This guy's delivering the mail. He's got a pen. We've got some kind of petition. There's some kind of... He's going to get hit with a lawsuit. We're going to sue him. 5 of Cups. Oh. Right. More emotional. Making a decision. The Lovers. He's got to move on. And the 9 of Wands. It's like, okay, but next time, right? This one's like, oh, you're going to get away with it now, but the next time you're going to be, and this is the monster, right? Like, all right.
I got the 10 of Pentacles to start. This to me feels like Pritzker.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I get abuse of power, which of course is his whole thing. That's all he ever does with power is abuse it. I got the Chariot, so things moving quickly.
Yeah.
Then I got the 7 of Cups, which is illusion and delusion. And then I get the Empress. So I feel, again, there's a woman at the end of this. So again, I feel like somehow a woman puts a stop to something. You know, there was a president who was very sick. I can't remember who it was. I want to say Arthur, but I don't know if that was the last name or the first name, but I might be completely wrong. But he had a stroke, and or maybe it was Dolly Madison. Anyway, his wife was running the country. She was going in and telling them what he was saying, but he was unable to speak. So there was actually the first lady who ran the country. So
Woodrow Wilson, Christella says Woodrow Wilson. I'm wondering if there's a lot of that with an AI sort of influence myself, because it doesn't seem right that we, miss a week's worth and then suddenly he's back and he's lumpy and bruised and AI green screened and stuff like that. I know the LVAD, I wanted to address that because that was something that I did have patients with LVADs, and it was really weird if you kind of, if you tune in, there is a hollowness about them. If I shut my eyes and he had an LVAD on, I would see the same thing. I would see the same. I talked to you about this, Vicky. I'd have to go like in the bathroom and like rub my eyes. I'm like, there's so much energy around people that have assistive devices. It was a lot. He doesn't have that hollow thing, so I know he's not got an LVAD on.
I'm
Reagan had
wondering.
Alzheimer's. Yes, I remember when Reagan was slipping and it was looking kind
Oh, it
of
was pretty obvious.
lost, right? Nobody says anything about this guy. He's been lost for months.
Oh my goodness. So
Yeah.
I'd like to pull some cards on RFK Jr. if he's going to get kicked out within the next, by the end of the year. Is he going to be out?
I just can't sit. I have to laugh when somebody's sitting there saying there's been no clinical research on vaccines. Like, are you, did that you just say that? It's only by clinical research that we've got vaccines. They didn't make them in your bathtub. RFK by the end of the year?
Yeah. Because now Saturn's in Pisces, right? And Saturn is reality and Pisces is illusion. So I feel like things that were illusionary are in fact going to be revealed, perhaps.
Saturn in Pisces. I know, I got my Saturn there. Come to Jesus moments.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. No. After the Wheel of Fortune, if there was a timeline, I wish I knew about it, but I got the Nine of Pentacles, so
I got the Nine of Pentacles too.
He's in his little position there, and then the Wheel of Fortune. Look at him spinning all kind of crazy. Four of Pentacles. This could be like this vaccine thing. Look at that.
I know. Doesn't it look like she's giving him a vaccine?
Fucking it looks like a vaccine thing. And then the Six of Swords.
He's out of there.
Yeah.
Back to Hyannisport.
Go to the boat.
Back to Hyannisport. All right, I'll tell you what I got. I start with the Lovers, which is about choices, crossed by the Nine of Pentacles.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of money in research, right?
He's making it too.
There's a lot of money. I mean, he's making it, right? But there's a lot of money tied up in things like research. So, that's not going to be it. Underneath it, I get the Page of Swords, which to me is a whistleblower. In the past, I get the High Priestess, something is hidden. In the sky, I get the Four of Wands, so there's a celebration. And in the future,
Shiva, death. Yeah.
So yes, he'll be out by the end of the year. I'll put a bet on that. Can't bet a lot, but I'll put a bet on it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's going to be too much pushback from this. You can easily realize just from COVID that viruses are designed to replicate and create more variants so they cover a bigger audience. So if you eradicate something like measles, but a population gets it, that virus is trying to spread its audience. So it could be a new variant. It could be a different variant that's being created from even a small population of people getting it. It is so wildly contagious. It could be an event. And we can't do that. There's other stuff coming up in Florida. Leprosy is on the rise because of the water and the contact.
And there are things being reintroduced into the biosphere by the glaciers that have been frozen for 500,000 years. Waterborne disease and different things like that. I mean,
There's shit frozen in there, and there's some things that will thaw out, and they will. I mean, I don't want to be an alarmist like that, but that's how these things work, and this is how we try to stay ahead of the curve. To be resistant to these things. This is how we've survived, or we'd all be dead from the plague, and if people didn't design and learn about how to destroy these deadly pathogens.
greetings from Delaware and Maryland and North Carolina, Philly. Woo, Philly. I love Philly. All right. Uganda. Are you from Uganda, or is that where he's sending people? Hello
I
from
wonder, right? They're talking about, and we could address this because I know part of thank you, Laura, has Kennedy's vocal problem. A couple of things, probably a lot of things. It could be some kind of genetic thing.
It is
could be from steroids. Use of steroids will affect your vocal cords. It could be scar tissue from being intubated, or all three, which makes it worse than his family's.
Well, I know that he definitely has some sort of, I think it's like a palsy that happens.
Yeah. It's a sloppy vocal cord.
It's interesting that somebody who wants to talk about his perspective on this thing can't actually speak clearly.
I know. And if he made sense, if he didn't sound so, he contradicts himself, we would listen to him. We wouldn't, if he wanted to incorporate some of these things instead of peeling away the stuff that has kept us alive and we all went swimming in sludge instead. I mean, it's not somebody that can support the health of the public. He just isn't.
So somebody said, Lisa DeMars says, "Oh, no, you sure you're not from New York?"
Yeah.
Well, she is Sicilian. So we do have to take that into consideration. And no matter where you're from, if you're a Sicilian, you're a Sicilian.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness gracious. These are too funny.
I got a gagoots. If you're a Sicilian, the
gagoots. I saw that. I didn't know that that was an actual type of squash.
Yeah.
Because my family would call all squash gagoots. And I didn't realize, but they called zucchini gagoots. It was like a squash.
Yes, the gagutsa is a little different. You have to peel it because it's kind of almost like a gourd. It's like that long.
Yep.
And you have to peel it and cook it a little bit longer. And you can only grow it if you have a cousin that brings seeds from Italy. Like, that's the only way. You can't find it every year. They're very temperamental. So I cooked it. Oh, it's really good. It's in the fridge. I'm going to have it for a couple days and I'll freeze the rest. But yeah, the Sicilian thing is, I'm from Chicago. For sure.
So we have Colorado, southeastern Ohio. Send us rain. New England is dry. It is. We're very dry here, actually. We haven't had very much rain at all.
Huh. Well, the winds are not pushing that way. They're coming from the southeast.
It feels like southeast because it's pretty humid right now.
Laura Henderson, it's called spasmodic dysphonia. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Thank you. Thank you, Laura. Sounds exactly right.
Yeah.
I know this is a tough time, you guys. Don't worry about it. Like, try to just keep your sovereign. Remember that a lot of what you see is a pile of crap. Make sure you laugh every day. It's a full moon, and it's there, the emotions attached to it. When was the last time we had this kind of full moon, lunar eclipse, Pisces kind of energy? That'd be about 12 years ago.
Well, usually there's a 19-year cycle on the nodes, so
Okay.
we might have had the opposite. We might have had the sun in Pisces and the moon in Virgo.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is it's a fraught time. One of the things that I want to mention is because we're dealing with Uranus, because we're dealing with an eclipse, it's very hard on the nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the best foods to eat for your nervous system is mushrooms. And this is mushroom. We've picked a number of mushrooms out of the garden. Now, of course, you go get them at the grocery store. If you don't know how to pick mushrooms in the yard, don't do it. All right, because that's dangerous. But if you know what you're looking at, this is wild mushroom season. So it helps to keep you like the mycelium network connects everything, and it's sort of like that's the way it works in the nervous system. It helps you stay connected within your neurons. And
it is pure brain food.
Yeah.
I have some powdered like for the winter, and then I had my episode of I ate a pound of mushrooms in 2 days, and all I could hear was like harpsichord, organ music.
Yeah, when I eat a lot of wild mushrooms, there's something resembling a bugle that
I know that's the noise they make. But it's good. It's a good time. Oh my gosh, I had some. I do them in the air fryer, and my kid took I had 2 little baskets. I'm like, take them both. I can't do that again, but I have to cook these, and just like ate them with a fork, just by themselves. They're so good.
Yeah, they're so good. So good. So make sure you're getting your rest. Unplug from the insanity because it's just spinning insanity. Unless something actually happens, that's when, right? So they want to keep us fearful of the future, but our greatest power is in the present. And so you do in your life the kind of life you start acting as if you already have the life you want. And if that life includes peace and no department of war, but department of peace, then add that to your visualization. Because we're going to get there. The question is how fast. And the more of us on the same page with this stuff, the faster we'll get there.
Yeah.
Because this is not lasting. He'll only be around for as long as we need him to be around.
He's really just baiting our city right now, and it's really hard to stay in that place. But please don't worry. I cover as much as I can. The only thing that happened today was the cornhole volleyball tournament across they play music all day today, and the cemetery stuff. We're on it. We're a cohesive group, and it's to have, to be provoked that way and to try and scare us so we cause a riot, so we need help. I hope people see that through that.
I do want to make a small announcement, if I could. For those of you who are interested in taking my Introduction to the Kabbalah class, it's starting this Thursday. There's still seats available. You just have to go to my website, which is theseedsoftransformation.com. You can go to the events page. That's where you'll find it listed. You can click on that and then go through the process. There was one other thing I wanted to say. Oh, there is a possibility that I am going to be visiting Chicago at the end of this month and the beginning of next month. So we'll keep you posted on how, when,
Yeah.
and maybe we can have a Mystic Sisters live.
Yep.
Yep. Live in Chicago.
From the shores of Lake Michigan.
There you go.
Very exciting. We're going to be fine. I will see you in the morning for Donnie a day, and Giblets will have he likes to pick an oracle card on Sunday too. So, and I will let you know every step of anything I learn, see, hear. I don't sugarcoat, lie, or conspiratorialize about much. This I wouldn't, be very honest. Yeah. I was honest about my graveyard dirt. I'm not hiding anything. I'm not doing anything behind anybody's back. You're going to see all of it. Okay. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining us tonight. Everybody be okay. Remember this Pisces full moon tonight. Reflect on it. Take a shower. Connect with your Piscean self, which is nerve related too.
And immunity. It's immunity. So make sure you're doing stuff to support your immune system, which includes treating yourself well.
That's right. Thank you so much, and we'll see you.
Bye, everyone.